A-D-N.
It's HeadphonesNeil!
What's up, guys, and welcome back to HeadphonesNeil Reviews. I'm your host, as always, HeadphonesNeil, bringing you my set of reviews and stuff for this week. This week's episode is going to be more of a crossover episode, mostly because I am still in the middle of the same city for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I did finish Season 2 of Battlestar Galactica, so I'll have my update for that. And that's going to be really the bulk of it. I'll have my custom live wallpaper maker update as well. But yeah, beyond that, didn't really have much to talk about for this or review for this week. But I will have a additional review for next week. So with that being said, as I mentioned, I did have a chance to finish watching Season 2 of Battlestar Galactica. And overall, it was great season. So if you listen to my hot take review last week of episodes 9 through 12 with some of the best dramatic sci-fi episodes I thought of any sci-fi show that I've seen, season 2 definitely ends on a high note. So I had forgotten that Baltar had become president of the colonies. I knew of it, but I had forgotten that he did become it. That they landed on the planet, the Cylons ultimately find the humans and attack them, and all of that stuff. So, that Baltar was a president was a good refresher for me, and then the rest of it was surprising because I legitimately didn't remember that they were all rounded up into concentration camps, basically. And it's very much along the lines of the Terminator films, where the robots have taken over and they've herded up all the humans. They're finding them and isolating them and all that stuff. So my prediction for Season 3 is going to be that's what that is all going to be about. How are the humans going to overtake the robots? What are they going to do out of Baltar? Are they finally going to understand and figure out that Baltar was behind all of the problems to begin with, that he wasn't who he said he was, and all of that stuff. And then is the president lady going to reveal to everybody else that she had her suspicions that Baltar was sympathizing with the Cylons, but she didn't want to let it reveal it because it'd be the whole thing about bias? Or is she gonna spin it that she already did the one thing, but she won't tell anybody that? She'll she'll spin it in the form of she didn't want to look like she was spinning the election in her favor, so it's revealing that would not have been in her favor. So I don't know, one of those things so we'll see how it goes, but or at least I'll see how it goes. But now that I'm done with Season 2, that's definitely all set up for Season 3. So with that being said, for Grand Theft Auto, I'm still pretty much in the middle of the San Fierro level. So we have a character named Jizzy, which, the 10-year-old me got a good laugh out of that. Dealing with Woozy was definitely very interesting. It's nice to have a level that has the tutorials with teaching how to use the car and driving and reflexes, and basically teaching you controls. So it's almost to the point where it feels like some of the stuff that's going on in San Fierro feels like it should have been levels that were done in Los Santos. So I almost wonder I'm wondering if I forgot to do certain parts, or if they're only bringing up some of this stuff now because it deals with more with San Fierro versus Los Santos. But then it feels like the driving stuff should have been done early on. So I don't know, it's kind of weird with all these tutorials, but I'm liking San Fierro a lot more than Los Santos just because they have some of these tutorials. The missions seem to be flowing a lot better, And maybe it's one of those things because now we have a more defined story arc of what's going on versus Los Santos. With Los Santos, you're just barely getting out of prison, so you still have to figure out what's going on and get caught up in the situation and with all the different people and what they're aiming to do and all of that stuff. So with that, so far San Fierro feels like the better city in the game, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit, so I actually can't wait to finish that up and get into the next city to see where the story goes from here. As far as this week's custom live wallpaper maker tutorial, I started with the first of 2 parts in the let's culminate everything that we've done in the past few episodes and the past few tutorials and put some of that stuff together. So I've created a tutorial on creating a weather widget. So let's say you are using custom live wallpaper maker, you don't want a separate app, or you want to create your own themed weather widget because the one that comes with your app either doesn't have one, isn't very well themed, doesn't fit with the look and feel of your home screen or whatever. So the widget that I create in the tutorial is essentially a set of overlap groups and stack groups so that you can have a background with a border that themes to a preset image when music is not playing. And if you wanted to react based on if music is playing, then it'll change colors to that that music cover art's image, pull the colors and that sort of stuff. And then the rest of that stuff is a set of stack groups. So, a stack group for the current weather information, with the current weather icon, the current day's temperature and weather condition, high, low. And then another set of embedded stack groups where you have the forecast by day. So I'm able to fit up to 4 days worth of forecasted information. So depending on how you have your widget set up, though, you can set up different number of days of the days. But for me, 4 fits, and that's good enough to look ahead. Within the app settings of Custom Live Wallpaper Maker, you can set the refresh time. So I have it set to refresh once an hour, but you can have it do 2 hours, 30 minutes, 8 hours, things like that. So that's an option. And then the final bit is setting a touch action. So for me, I don't have a separate weather app. So touching the widget will refresh the weather, but you can also just as easily have it set to launch an app when you click on it. So if you have, if you're on a Pixel device, I imagine you can use the Pixel Weather app. If you're on OnePlus, the OnePlus Weather app. If you're using the Weather Channels app or AccuWeather or whatever, you can set it to open that app. So if you want further information, then you can pull all of that together. So I'll have a link in the show notes there is a link in the show notes to the video tutorial, so you can check that out. Up the gameplay playlist for Grand Theft Auto, so you can see my progress and follow along with that and all of that good stuff. But that's really all there is for this particular episode. For next week's episode, I am going to start on Season 3 of Battlestar Galactica, but also the final 5 episodes for Cobra Kai are now streaming on Netflix, so I'm going to watch those and have that review out for everybody as soon as I may do a hot take review once I finish watching them, but there'll definitely be a full review on next week's episode, so look out for that in addition to the usual reviews of Battlestar Galactica and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for now. But that is all for this particular episode. Thanks for tuning in. The website is HeadphonesNeil.reviews for past episodes, subscription links, supporting the show, all that good stuff. The YouTube channel is youtube.com/PatelN01 for the gameplay videos, the YouTube version of the podcast, and all of that good stuff. But thanks for tuning into this particular episode, and until next time.